In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? The media product I had to create was a music magazine, which consisted of a cover page, contents page and double page spread. I designed my magazine pages for an indie genre. Therefore, I looked at existing magazine pages from magazines such as Q, NME and Clash, as my target audience would be of a similar market and the magazines would include similar artists. My front cover uses the convention of having a masthead at the top of the page, which is found typical in any magazine and does not depend on the genre. Mastheads are conventionally placed at the top of the magazine in the left corner or across the width. It is also the biggest text on the page, as this makes it easier for the audience to notice the title, especially on shop shelves. The typography of my masthead was crucial, as it is the first thing the audience will read. In Clash and NME, they use a sans serif typeface, which creates a modern style and appeals to a younger audience, whereas in Q, they use a serif typeface. However, their audience would be slightly older and would be more traditional, as some of the artists they include are from different generations and genres. Therefore, in my magazine, I chose my masthead to be a serif typeface. Even though my magazine is an indie genre, I'd want to include iconic artists in special issues such as David Bowie or Pulp, which appeal to an older audience as well as a younger one. Another convention I included was a barcode, which is essential on every magazine, as this means the audience will be able to purchase it from a store. I placed it at the bottom right-hand edge of the magazine, so it is out of the way and placed neatly beside everything else. On the barcode I included some institutional information, such as the month of the issue release and the price. This development is conventional in magazines as it doesn't clutter your page. I identified that Q magazine uses a convention of having a monthly magazine, while magazines like NME, who focus on a younger audience, publish their magazine weekly. I chose to publish my magazine monthly. I decided to do this as my audience will be 16 to 25-year-olds who are known to have busy lives and would not have time to buy a weekly magazine regularly. Furthermore, a monthly magazine would mean the company would have more time to produce an issue and so would include more content compared to a weekly magazine. This would make it more appealing to my audience, as having a mature audience would also mean they are looking for a good quality, informative magazine. On my cover page I also included a main cover line, which is conventional for any magazine, as it is used to show the reader what the main focus of the issue is going to be inside. Normally, the main cover line is based on a musician who symbolises your magazine genre. For example, having a main cover line of Noel Gallagher will tell the audience that a large part of your magazine will be on indie rock. I also included one main image to fill the whole of the page. This is conventional as it grabs the audience's attention and supports the main cover line. The main image for the cover page I used was a medium close-up shot of a person to represent an artist. This type of shot is conventional for main images of a cover page, as it appears in magazines such as Clash, Q and NME. Furthermore, to develop this convention, the person in the image is using direct address. This breaks the fourth wall and engages the reader, making them feel part of the magazine and encouraged to buy it. I also placed my image in front of my masthead and selling line. This is a convention I found is commonly used in Q magazine. I used this convention as I found this made the brand more established, as it suggests that the audience doesn't need to see the whole masthead to know the name. It also puts the subject of the main image in a higher position and creates the idea that the magazine cares more about the music than themselves. Another convention I've included is having a section on my front cover which mentions the other artists in my magazine in a list format. This convention has been used in magazines such as Q and NME, as they include a lot of reviews and articles of artists, and so this method gives the audience a taste of what will be throughout the magazine. I placed it as a banner across the bottom of the page. However, I turned the shape's opacity down so you can still see the main image reach the edge of the front cover. This issue of my magazine I designed would be slightly different to its usual layout, as this issue was a Brit Special, which I presented as another list down the left side of the front cover. This links itself to the main cover line with an addition symbol. This meant the issue would be specialised into a certain topic, which is convention done in magazines like Q and NME. However, they do not do this in every issue, because it would lose the magazine's value of having specials and limited editions. On the contents page, I've split up my stories into regulars and features and listed them down the side of the page with their own page number. This is conventional in a magazine, as this makes it easier for the audience to navigate themselves through the pages to what they want to look at. I've also included 5 pictures on my contents page, which is conventional in magazines such as Q and NME, and I've laid them out so they have the same gutter and baseline. All the page numbers have the same font and colour. This is conventional as it creates a continuous style through the lists. The colour I've used in my contents page are the same colours that I've used on my front cover. This is part of my house style. House styles are conventional in all magazines, as it's what makes them individual from the rest, by using a consistent theme, whether it's a colour scheme or certain typeface. Having a house style is effective because it's what makes the pages link to each other and makes it clear to the audience that they are part of the same magazine. Another convention I've used for my contents page is a capitalised sans serif font for the title. This is a convention I've identified in the magazine Q, and I use this convention because it creates a sense of urgency to the title and stands out. It also creates a modern atmosphere, which I wanted to create for my audience. I also use the convention of having contents as the title, as it is clear, short and straight to the point. I also identified the convention of using a serif typeface on the different stories of your contents page. This was used in magazines such as Q, so I decided to use this convention as serif slow the eye of the reader down, and therefore allow the audience to take information in more thoroughly. I identified that the images on a contents page are different sizes and are a range of candid and photo shoot pictures. This convention appeared in magazines such as NME and Q. I chose to follow that convention because of how candid adds realism and represents an environment the audience can relate to, while photo shoot pictures adds an element of professionalism to the magazine. I also noticed that on the contents page of Q and NME they include a section where subscription information is. I used that concept but adapted it as an opportunity to offer digital content for free with a QR code. This also makes it more appealing for the audience as they are offered something extra. On my double page I have used the convention of having one main image covering one page of the double page spread. I identified this on NME article of BDI. I found this convention effective for a double page spread because it informs the audience the music artist the article is focused on. It also makes the layout seem balanced with an equal amount of text and images on the double page. Another convention I identified was having the title run through the 2 pages, which I found on Himes' article in Q. I used this convention as I liked the way it connected the 2 pages together. A convention I found essential with double page spreads was page numbers in the bottom of each corner, with the exception of full page images. It also included the issue number, date and magazine logo. I use this convention as it links to my contents page and helps the reader navigate throughout the magazine. The typography I've used for the title of the double page links to the typeface on the contents page title, as this is part of my house style to show the pages belong to the same magazine.